Parents who have become victims of parental alienation often don't see it coming. Parental alienation, unlike other forms of abuse, is not always cut and dry. It's not always clear. You don't pick up your child one day and see a parental alienation scar or a bruise. Your child may outwardly tell you what the other parent has said or done, and even more mature children, including teenagers, are hard hit by alienation without understanding what the other parent is doing. And this sometimes does affect a child's custody preference, and this is used in court. This is what awareness of parental alienation, why it's so important. Parental alienation is difficult to prove, and parental alienation in and of itself is a stalker. It does not immediately physically strike you. It does not scream, "Help, I am being alienated." It is a penetrating form of psychological abuse that permeates through a child's heart and a child's mind. And this is where you must pick up the subtle cues that the alienating parent and your children leave for you. And that is where vigilance and diligence become essential. Recognizing the alienation before it takes complete control may be the most single important factor in stopping it. It stops the alienation from becoming a syndrome. All of the court orders in the world may not save your child if your child has been completely alienated from you and wants nothing to do with you. The amount of therapy involved, as well as the time and effort that you must undertake in the most extreme cases, can be way too much to bear for some parents. And I am one of those extreme cases. I have not had a lot of success. I've had some, but this video, I'm making this because I want you to know that you do not have to be a case like mine. You can take action early and combat parental alienation. Children do not like hearing bad things about their parents. It causes them anxiety. It causes them to act out, and over time, it causes alienation. No mind, however young, wants to be coerced and influenced, and your children are no exception. While some children will actually rebel against attempted alienation, others will not. The better relationship that you have, the less likely it is that alienation may have a negative impact on the other parent's desires. If you see your children on a frequent and regular basis, spend quality time with them, and they are able to show them that how much you are able to care for them. Even an adolescent may be able to recognize that what the other parent is saying about the targeted parent just does not add up. It doesn't mean you ignore the alienation, however. Your actions should be the same, though. Your love and care may create a buffer against the other parent's misconduct and may afford you greater opportunity to protect your children. Parental alienation is a form of abuse. You must take it seriously. Parents who actively alienate their children do so with an end goal in mind. It is not to foster the child's relationship with you like the law says that they should. It is not to do anything consistent with the child's best interest. As twisted as some may see it to be, it separates and ultimately severs the relationship between the parent and the child. And would you look the other way if a parent was neglecting the health or the safety of a child placed in danger of being physically abused? Of course you would not. And for the same reasons, you should not look the other way when parental alienation occurs. Identify the different types of parental alienation. This list is not exhaustive, and this is the most common forms of alienation that usually are seen. There is a campaign of denigration, disparaging comments about you or your significant other, your family, trying to replace your role as a parent by infusing another step-parent into that role, undermining your discipline and authority, playing the role of the victim to the children or to the public, and making you a perpetrator of abuse or making false allegations of abuse against you. The first sign of parental alienation sometimes does come from your own children. The moment one of your children says, mommy said that you, or daddy said that you, and then you hear some remark, even a subtle one, you know right then and there it is time to take action. And to what action do I refer? While it does depend on the severity of the disparagement, you should at least document the child's statements to the other parent. And such a comment was it, so that it shows that such a comment was inappropriate, and that you may want to bring this up with the other parent, that this was inappropriate, and that you're not just stating what the child said, but you're asking for an explanation in details from the other parent. And you may wish to tell the other parent what the child told you. You want the other parent to explain what exactly he or she said to the child, or did, if it was conduct. And if you want that specific explanation as to why they said what they said. Do you think a parent who alienates the children are going to admit to this? No, they don't. They never do. The alienating parent only has 3 choices when confronted in writing with his or her misconduct. They either A, ignore the request for information, B, reply to it and admit to the conduct, or most of the time, C, there is a form of denial with arrogant alienators whose perspective was so distorted that they do not misunderstand the misconduct. You must take action. And by taking action, you make a statement that says what you are doing is not in the best interest of our child. And I have brought it to your attention. If you do not take this matter seriously and stop this destructive behavior, I will take further legal action to protect our child from the emotional upheaval caused by parental alienation and conflict. Get a lawyer involved. If the alienation has just started, or in cases that involve disparagement, which is new and not ongoing, a lawyer may not necessarily be an immediate thing that you need, but you have to take proper action in documenting this sign of alienation. And if the alienation is ongoing, getting an experienced family law attorney involved may be necessitated to cite to the other parent the laws about parental alienation, and maybe send a letter about the misconduct and tell them about the consequences of the continued alienation, including court action. However, in more serious alienation cases, such as false allegations of neglect or abuse, it does take an attorney to remediate an immediate court action. The age of the parent and the maturity level of the parent will make a big difference in how you approach the alienation. Some may tell you that it is best to tackle it head on, to speak with the children directly, and to tell them what the other parent said or did was inappropriate. Some may state that it's best to face the other parent and perhaps have a family meeting to discuss things being said and done. Others suggest getting a therapist involved, and many may tell you to get a lawyer. And I am one of those people telling you to get an attorney. My name is Sara Ann Brown, and this is Narcissistic Abuse 101.